What happens when the greatest warrior refuses to fight? In this video, we'll explore the consequences that can come from this. This is Lessons from the Iliad, a series that helps you understand what ancient characters reveal about human psychology. In this episode, the greatest warrior in the Achaean army refused to fight, not because he was scared, but because he was distraught. Achilles isn't just a warrior. He's the embodiment of what happens when pride and power become one. The Greeks and Trojans have been entangled in a bloody war for years. There are no major advancements on either side, and both are looking for a savior. For the Greek forces, it's Achilles. However, inside the Greek camp, an argument breaks out between Agamemnon, king of Mycenae and leader of the Achaean forces, and Achilles, leader of the Myrmidons. The dispute is over Achilles' war prize, Briseis. Agamemnon attempts to take her from Achilles after he is forced to give his war prize, Chryseis, back to her father. In this honor-based warrior culture, Agamemnon is directly insulting Achilles, stripping him of his time. The great warrior decides he will no longer fight for the Greek king. He and his elite warriors, the Myrmidons, withdraw from battle. The withdrawal is immediately felt, and the Greek forces lose morale. The balance of the Trojan War begins to tilt away from the Greek side. The Trojan forces under Prince Hector begin pushing the Greek army back to their ships. Agamemnon, once leading a ferocious army, is now in a state of panic as he sees his men being slaughtered. Now the Greeks must ask themselves an important question. What is a great warrior worth if he does not fight? One young man sees an opportunity in this, Patroclus, Achilles' closest companion. Patroclus, seeing the hopelessness of the Greek army, puts on Achilles' armor and marches out to the battlefield. The Achaean forces, assuming Achilles is back in the fight, instantly seem revitalized, and they push the Trojan forces back to the city walls. Patroclus pushes too far, and he scales the walls, the last decision he will ever make, as he is killed in this very act. Then, the news reaches Achilles. The man who refused to fight now abandons everything. Achilles is consumed with godlike anger, and he promptly returns to the battlefield searching for revenge. At the center of this revenge is the man who killed Patroclus, Hector. Inside Troy, Hector stands at the city walls. He has valiantly defended the city since the start of the war. Hector hesitates, not because he's weak, but because he knows his time has come. Then he spots Achilles. Hector turns and flees, and the whole Trojan army is shattered at the sight of their hero fleeing. Achilles, however, chases after him. Hector realizes there is no escaping his fate, and he turns back around and faces death. It's not just a duel. The fight to come will showcase grief versus duty and destruction versus survival. Hector throws his spear. It bounces off Achilles' armor, and Hector receives in turn a spear in the neck. The wound is fatal. Next, still consumed with unwavering anger, Achilles desecrates the body of the Trojan hero, dragging the corpse around the city's walls on the back of his chariot, the whole city watching. This is a destruction of Hector's honor. However, that night, something unusual happens. The king of Troy, Priam, sneaks into the Achaean camp and begs Achilles for the return of his son's body. Achilles agrees, seeing in the man a sense of shared humanity. He no longer sees Hector as an enemy, but as a son, a person. In the end, even Achilles couldn't escape what it meant to be human.